Hello and welcome back to Japan. So, last time we used this decision, which I'm going to untick because I don't actually want to know when it's available right now. And I was trying to figure out what was happening with it. I was trying to think of another scenario that is probably pulling from. And I was thinking similar to if someone's deposed, you end up in a similar situation, right? Where the parent is still alive, but they have no titles. And in feudal, this makes perfect sense, right? Everything passes to the heir and everything's good. In administrative, being deposed is slightly different, because everything doesn't necessarily pass to the person being deposed heir, right? Like, if we think about it, if this guy was deposed, everything would pass to his heir, apart from the administrative titles themselves. Those go to whoever is next in line via the election, right? That's being held, like via this election. Oh, which apparently has something different than we had before I reloaded the game. Anyway, interesting. But yeah, it goes via this. So it could be that somebody completely unrelated to us ends up inheriting the title. So I think this is why it worked a little bit weirdly, because I think it acted like he was deposed rather than like we were inheriting his titles, which means that our court is reset, because we obviously aren't inheriting his court because his court no longer exists. Which means that we've ended in a situation where we have very few actual courtiers in our court, which is not ideal. We also don't have any money because he's not dead yet, and a whole bunch of other stuff is just not quite right. I don't know if we're ever going to use this again. I think there are situations where it could still be good to use it. I just don't know if it's great. What's funny is that this is actually a fantastic thing for feudal, right, to be able to do. Like in feudal, this would work perfectly because of the way I was saying before. If you're deposed in feudal, it all would work absolutely fine. But this isn't available in feudal. This is only available in administrative. So it's kind of like, it feels odd. I'm not sure if I like this. But anyway, we've learned, we've tried it once. I don't know if we're going to use it very often. We may use it if there's like a situation where maybe we have an incapable ruler, we don't really have anyone in court we care about. Might be good to just move on to the next character. But the problem is you start with 0 gold, because obviously all the gold is still in your previous character until they die. And in fact, I don't think all this gold's going to us. I think, thinking about it, all this gold's going to our half-brother, because he will be the player heir. Or he, not player heir, he will be our father's heir. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Anyway, we've learned now and we can adjust in the future. For now, we need to sort out some things. First of all, I think we should hire a court physician. But I don't really have the money for it. I still think we should hire a court physician. Oh no, I guess we don't have the money. We can wait on that for a little bit. We should get married. That's an easy first step. Okay, so marriage. Let's see what we're gonna go for here. Let's say that let's start with not a ruler. I don't know. That actually took out 29 characters. Okay, well, that's good. I don't want to lose oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't want to lose prestige, but apparently that's not an option. Or maybe everything just gives us neutral oh, it's probably because everything gives us neutral prestige because we're administrative. Okay. Or at least that's what it said before, right? Oh, yeah, because we're polygamous. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why the gain prestige button doesn't do what I want it to do. I just want it to not give me negative, but I guess maybe it doesn't give you negative prestige either, which is fine. Okay. I want to have an inheritable trait. We're down to 5 characters. Okay, I think I can manually look at 5 characters. That seems entirely possible. Okay, so you're 3. 3 years old is way too young, because we would have to wait 13 years, which means we would be 29 before we have any chance of children. 1 is also way too young. Yeah, same logic. 10, so we would be 22. This isn't terrible. I think that this has some value. I think marrying her has some value. You have claims on titles. I don't care about those. I'd more want to know what family you're part of. Part of Minabuchi, who is not in any block. Okay. So you're a potential one. And then we have 2 lowborn characters here, who I could marry immediately. So I could marry Noriko and end up with a beautiful child immediately. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to marry Noriko, and then I am going to betroth you. Let me just mark there so that we've got them there. Let's do that. And that way we have a chance of beautiful children, or a very high chance of beautiful children. It does say will get inherited, but I've seen situations where it says will, and will is not really guaranteed. It's just very, very likely. I'm assuming there must be something that can cause a negative to traits getting inherited or anything. I'm not going to worry about it. And then we can marry you and have a chance of getting intelligent and beautiful children, which I think would be good. So yeah, let's send this one over to start with. Fit to lead. My ascendancy as head of House Miyako has been fouled. My brother, that spider, Yoshiari, has spun a web of silken lies, poisoning the ears of all who will listen. Kokushi Kunisuke is not fit to lead House Miyako. He says, above all else, the existence of my older siblings who preclude me leading the family demands my seat. If I let this canker fester, it will consume the body. For the good of House Miyako, I must act. And say, know your place or be gone. I'll shift his perspective. There is a chance we become nemesises, though. 21% chance. Or why acknowledge an imagined grievance? You'll form a new house. I would like him to stay. I'm going to try this. And I lose stress because I'm patient. And most options are fine. I mean, I wouldn't like to lose 15 gold as I don't have 15 gold, but, you know, most options are mostly fine. Okay. Well, we lost 15 gold. That's fine. Right. Also, I just realized something. We might be able to sway our court priest because we are not going to get stress from it. Wonderful. That seems good. Okay. Scandalous priest. We've had this event before. Unfortunately, every option gives us stress here. Because this gives us stress as a default. And then it's sadistic and forgiving are opposites on this one. That's not ideal. I'm going to get the piety, though. You've accepted the marriage proposal. Wonderful. So now, we are going to betroth you. Yes, it will improve house relations with this house I don't care about. We'll become betrothed. That's wonderful. Right. Let's just go speed 4 for a second here. Okay. So that seems good to me. We are now married to somebody who might give us children immediately, and we have a secondary spouse later. Right, and then we can get more spouses as time goes on. Do I want to improve my stewardship? What's your stewardship? It's not good. In fact, your stats aren't fantastic in most things. That's fine. I'm going to switch you to... I was wondering whether I want to switch you to diplomacy for court politics here. I think I'll just leave you on assist ruler. That's fine. Right. That's okay. We're going to have to do other things to raise our stats, however we can do that. Doing internal affairs. We don't currently have any bonuses for traveling, but we will get them eventually. So we'll need to think about what we want to do with that. Just seeing what our options are here for where we want to go. Probably inspection, I guess, and then you can get the domain taxes. Yeah, you can do tutoring trips so you can make your children better. Yeah, I think that's probably the path we want to go down, but we'll see. Your player heir has no spouse. Okay. For him, I'm going to change things slightly. I'll just go all here. Maybe we marry him off to somebody who's in our block. That might be a good idea. Let's see if we can find somebody who's in our block. The Sugawara block. How about House Sugawara? Is there anyone we can arrange a marriage between our brother and you with? Okay, so you can go for her. That would give us a potential alliance with our Kampaku. No, that's fine. I don't really care if our brother has children right now. Yeah, I would like the house relation. And having an alliance with our liege means that he can't act against us. Not that he necessarily would, but it's nice to have that. Okay. Cool. So that's that done. Now, our wife. Are you good for any positions? Not there. With somebody who'd be a good caravan master. Okay. That does cost us a little bit, but I think that's a worthwhile one to have. Do I want to do this one? Give them a chance of becoming better? No, your health isn't that good. Also, I just realized this is the person married, one of the people married to our father. Although, wait a second, he's not able to have secondary spouses right now, so does that mean that our mother... Oh no, our mother is married to our father, it just doesn't have a spot on the UI to show secondary spouses. Oh. Weird. Anyway. Yeah, I guess I can spend 0.05 prestige per month to make my caravan master better, even if they might not live that long. Tutor? Best I have is average. For now, that'll do. My mother can do that job. And her job is not educate children, as we don't have any in court. Probably teach court, I guess. Yeah, try and improve traits. Wet nurse? Wait, do I still have children in... Oh, I guess I have my... I forgot, I do have my sisters and my half-brother. Yeah. I guess you can be in... You can have a job as well. It's fine. I don't really care about the children's education in court, I guess is what I should have said. You can instill virtues? What are the virtues of Shinto? Humble, content, and compassionate. Yeah, I'm fine without that for now. I'll just stick on encourage competition. That's okay. Do I want a seneschal? I have nobody eligible. Alright, well, it doesn't matter if I want one. Okay, cool. I think that'll do for now. Still don't have a personal physician, but that's because we're going to look for one when we have a little bit of money. Let's go speed 5, and let's let some time move on. I became the dynasty head. Not surprising, given that we are the only member of our dynasty who has any land. Gained an artifact claim on Yoshiari's Milktooth. Does that mean... Ah, my father died is the next one. Yes. So yes, I was right. We didn't get any money either. Neither did he, though. Wait, where did the money go? I guess the money just disappeared. Did it go to her? Nope, the money just disappeared. Oh, no, it went to our uncle. I think? Although he would... No, he might have actually had that money because he was on the... He had a job at court. Also, uncle, do you want to join my court? Yay, he's joined our court. That's cool. That's fantastic. So now I have a new person who can be our Beto. That works. Any personal physicians? Still no. But I do have a new person who can be on our court. No seneschals either. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'm really not sure about this. I think this retire from heading the house thing didn't work at all. But that's fine. You might be Kokushi, Kunisuke, but you're also a heartless knave. The unprovoked anger expressed by my uncle, Yoshika, came as a complete surprise. He's been under a lot of stress lately, but to behave like this, that even he struggles, it's calming. I'm calmed down by the fact that my uncle hates me. Okay, well that's good. We're still at -0. Okay, we're about to be out of debt. We're now out of debt. My liege's war ended. That's cool. Oh yeah, I don't really want to pay for these men-at-arms now that I think about it. Yeah, get rid of these. I was trying to think where the men-at-arms spawned. I have to assume if it's something about inheriting an administrative title. I'm wondering whether there's something that just gives you a random men-at-arms just because not having men-at-arms as administrative is kind of annoying. So maybe if you inherit a new title, you get... It just generates you some. But, yeah, I have no idea. I'd just be guessing at that point. I do kind of want warrior monks again, but... Yeah, I just basically don't want to pay for them while I'm out of money. Seems like a bad idea. Greetings, handsome subject of the Tenno. I'm embarking upon a tour, and we shall soon be visiting Izumo to inspect your castle and lands. Okay, the relief started, by the way, for the earthquake. Cool. The lords and ladies of Japan will render tithes owed to me. I expect a welcome befitting a Kampaku. Signed, Kampaku Sugawara, Michinaka of Japan. Well, I hate that, because he's going on a grand tour. I haven't actually seen... I don't think I've ever seen the other side of a grand tour. I've seen us doing them. I don't know if I've ever seen someone arriving at us with one. But, yeah, I don't want to pay him, like, tons of money. But I guess I'm going to. Okay. So people actually contributed. Oh, okay. Cool, they must have a lot of money then. That's fine. More royal offspring. We're really not that bothered about. Sway, a misunderstanding. It seems my diplomatic overtures towards Morikyo have caused a major misunderstanding. I've received a letter which makes it clear he thinks I've been pursuing a different goal entirely. I'm your court priest for Amaterasu's sake. I do not need to read on to get the point. We'll get there in the end. I ended my scheme. You sure I can't sway you? That's not ideal. I could murder him, I suppose. I don't really want to be known as a murderer yet, though. So, that's fine. We'll leave him be. I'll just get no money from him. I mean, all we'd be getting is 0.1 gold per month, so it's not like we're getting a huge amount either way. My counselor just died. Oh, that was my uncle. Cool. I mean, he'd been around for far too long. My cousin. Hey, do you want to come to court, cousin? Every time I see a new person, I'm like, hey, you want to come to court? Are you guys actually in my court? You're in my court. You're in my court. And you guys are also in my court. Oh, no, you're not in my court. My half-sister isn't. Okay. Get my half-sister in here. But you are. So my half-sister's gone with you, who's now just wandering. But you won't accept an invite to our court. Okay. Yeah. Weird. Yes, things didn't really work properly, I think. That's fine. Right. Wait for these people to arrive at court. So this was my... I'm just checking. You're now in my court. Cool. So, I could assign him as Beto. I don't have a ton of options. I guess Beto is going to be my player heir. And then you're going to be my carré for now. Where is my liege? Oh, also I don't need that pinned anymore. Where are you? I thought you were on a... Did you not say you're... Yeah, you are on a grand tour. Why does it not have a traveling thing here? There should be a traveling marker, but I guess not for grand tours. So you're going to be with me pretty late on into your grand tour. Okay. When we get to 50, I'm going to look for a court physician if he doesn't look like he's nearby. I think that's what we're going to do. When we get to 50 gold. Okay, also, how's the control in our capital looking? 100. That's fine. Oh, what's this? Yes, that's fine. It's not a problem. Well, it is a problem. It's just not anything we can do anything about. We have a player heir, Kunamoto, who is beautiful. Fantastic. That's what we like to see. Okay. Ooh, new governance issue. Let's do it. Predatory beasts. Wild beasts eat the animals of a local game preserve and harry the locals. Sightings are oft reported near their villages, bloody incidents in their paddocks. I'm sorry, I'm busy preparing for my Liege's tour. I didn't realize that's how that worked. Oh. Alright, well I guess I'm just gonna sit and wait for my Liege's tour then. Hopefully it doesn't go away by itself. Yeah. Okay. Hey, I hit 50 gold, which means that we should be able to hire most of the people who are available on the court position thing for a physician. Let's have a look. The world is full of dangers, even to Kokushi and his courtiers. At my behest, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they've assembled a few options to choose from. I will take Tamatada. Yeah, it cost me 50. Perfect. Exactly who I was wanting. Somebody who cost me the amount of money I had. Do I want him to improve his skills? I guess I could. I could also just give us 8% more monthly lifestyle experience, but improving his skills is fine. I'm also going to turn you on to educate children, as we now have a child. So that seems good. He could also be our seneschal. He's poor at it, but he would be able to give other people a boost in their skill, you know, ever so slightly. So, gives everyone a +3. It's not enough to actually move the scales, but that's okay. Listen, it's not enough to move them up from poor to anything else, but it's fine. Okay, is he better in any of these positions? Nope. He's actually still god-awful in terms of stats. Alright. Good. 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 Right. And now I guess we just chill and wait for my liege to, at some point, make his way here. Yeah, let's just pay attention to him. What weird route is he taking? So he kind of came down here and then, like, went backwards. Oh, he went down to there, then came back here. He's going all over the place. Wife gave me a 75 prestige. That's nice. Okay. There's not a lot we can do till our liege gets here because he's blocking us from doing anything else by being on this tour. Childhood indulgences. Wonder if Toshu Tsunenaga remembers the things I put him through while we were both young. Now that he's growing up, however, I need to leave those childish indulgences behind and focus on other things. Oh, okay. Sure. Oh, you're coming over here now. Okay. Well, I don't have a ton of money, so let's see how this looks. Kampaku Michinaka arrives. At last, Kampaku Michinaka's entourage arrives at my gates, visiting Izumo on his tour of Japan. Their coffer wagon and litany of tax collectors suggest I will be poorer for this visit. Receiving the Lord of the Realm in my very own halls would be a great honour. I am to give the Kampaku a tour of my castle and the Izumo lands and furnish his party with beds and entertainment. The only question is, do I open the gates and let him in? So I can pretend nobody is home, but that may lead to a rival with my liege. Or I can let him in. Please come in. If I close this and reopen it here, I think it will not auto-close each time, which I think will be good. There's a new block. Okay. Desecrated. I at last catch up with my Kampaku, and to my horror I find him carving his name into a... I don't know. Something. No doubt he had no way of knowing that this particular... something is of great spiritual significance to the locals. And if they found out that their Kampaku vandalized such a holy place, they would curse the name Kampaku Sugawara Michinaka of Japan for generations to come. And say, a pity. And we get this. Or I'll take the blame. And get a strong hook on him. I don't think I can use a strong hook for anything, though. Well, maybe I could use it for a request. What am I going to request from him? I don't know. Wait, this person gains opinion of him. Why? Why does she gain opinion of him? For what reason? It doesn't make sense. Why would she gain opinion? That just doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. Alright, you know what? Give me the strong hook. It's fine. At least it's a reusable hook and it means he can't act against us. I guess that's quite nice. Okay. Bag of bits. I've been separated from my liege, Kampaku Michinaka, for some time, and when we reunite, I see him riding along with several dripping red sacks at his side. He empties the bags at my feet, and I'm horrified to see the severed heads and our hands and heads of some unfortunate souls come pouring out, their faces permanently locked in an expression of horror. I took the liberty of clearing your lands of poachers and thieves. Think nothing of it, friend. And say thank you, my lord. And I gain stress because I'm sadistic, patient, and forgiving. So patient and forgiving cause me stress. Sadistic lords the amount of stress I would gain. Okay. And I gain control. And I get less popular opinion. Or what horror? Gains chastised tyrant. I'm going to have to take the stress hit, I think. Yeah. Let's do... Or the lower stress hit. Yeah, let's do that one. A parting gift. It's time for Kampaku Sugawara and Michinaka of Japan to part, and I must say I feel I've been a magnanimous host. However, it seems that Kampaku Sugawara and Michinaka of Japan did not believe that my hosting was enough, and he has made a demand of me. He has presented me with a bill for all expenses paid during his trip. Though many of the charges seem bogus, I am obliged to pay. Yeah, I probably am. Let's do it. That's fine. Imperial family branched. We now have a new house. Montoku. Okay. And I no longer need to care about that. So presumably I can now do this, right? Yes, because I'm no longer needed for the tour. Right. The news from Izumo is dire and fearfully told. Local wildlife are becoming scarcer and scarcer, the numbers collapsing due to the growing wolf presence. These fiends, made braver by their mounting numbers, are not content with depopulating the wilderness, but can now be seen lurking around my people's settlements. Livestock and children are closely watched, but still, the outskirts of Izumo are not safe. So I need to do something, or they'll be dealt with in time. I need to do something. My arrival in Izumo is amidst tragedy and worry. Locals mutter that, in the safety of an enclosure, a prized cow was recently torn apart by an enormous wolf. A quick ride around the region proves this information reliable. Wild game is rare to see, and the signs of wolf attacks are everywhere. They say an infant is missing. They say tiny shattered bones were found. So I can try and gain a ferocious pet? Uh-huh. Interesting. Or local peasants can handle it. Well, this has a much higher chance of failure. And it isn't even good if it passes. Or isn't great if it passes, because I still get minus 15% holding taxes, which is, yeah, not great. It's arguably worse than the predatory beasts, so I'm going to do this. Gnashing teeth, claws like spear hands, and great slobbering maws just behind. Blind with terror, we flee from the forest of Izumo, hardly escaping with our lives. The wolf menace here is truly unstoppable. Perhaps it is even the wild servants of the Magatsukami who haunt this hamlet. Shit, I can only depart, leaving the locals to be terrorized by the creatures. Well, that's not good, so I guess I've now got predatory beasts here for a while. Yeah, it's not good. We have a bunch of negative things here, which is not good at all. Okay. Now I'm thinking, we have one extra domain. I was wondering whether one want to do something with that. Is it actually possible for... I don't think it's possible for me to expand easily, right? I can't do it while in debt anyway, but you're encouraged to use appointment succession and schemes to acquire titles, and he's a member of the Sugawara bloc. But I don't think I'm able to put my... Oh, I am able to put myself in line for his candidacy. No, because you cannot grant another title of their highest held tier. No. So I can't get this anyway. So what I was wondering is, do we want to save up for a holding? Like a city holding or something? I don't know if I'm... Well, actually I should be. I'm administrative. I should be able to hold a city holding. I'm wondering whether it's worth saving up for that, because we are able to hold one extra domain. For now, that could be pretty good. And then that would allow me to get a castle at some point. Yeah, while disarmament policy is active. Yeah. I think that could be really good for us, but... Yeah. We'll wait. We need money first, which is the main problem. I'm going to go down this one so I can get inspection. So let's do mustering first. Right. My son. I have another son called Yasuhito. Wonderful. I now have 2 beautiful sons. Okay. That's cool. Carrying on. I can declare war on this person. I have a casus belli on this person down here. What is my casus belli? Enforce administrative integration. I can return land to the Kampaku. Ah, okay, but he would gain that title. So yeah, I don't need to care about that. It's not my problem. The People's Priest. Not a day passes by without court priest Mori Kiyo making a mockery of me during his sermons. The obsessed bastard is certain that I am an agent of the Magatsukami and will not rest until he has turned the peasantry against me. So I can give him a donation and calm him down. What's the worst that can happen? Or, I will not tolerate insubordination of my own vassals. I will not, yeah. That's fine. Would have liked an option to fire him, but that's okay. Kunisuke's first bonds. Oh, back when you were but a little child, I'll always cherish those days, says my mother, Komachi, quite unprompted. Everything comes rushing back. I know that my mother held a deep devotion to me, and while my father, Mitori, lived, he too loved me fiercely. He helped me take my first steps. It's too late to thank him, though. My gratitude only goes to my mother now. So I'd say, I love you so, mother. If she agrees, then she can get loyal. If not, she gets a strong hook on me. I'll pass the loving care on to my children. So parenting by example. There's also a chance that she can get a strong hook on me there. Or family gratitude and so on. I'm going to say family gratitude and so on and lose stress. I think that's fine. Okay. Now we're basically just letting money pour in. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of other options right now. But when we have other options, we'll make sure to use them. Okay. Also, I didn't mean to move the map like that. I always forget that you can actually change the angle of the map slightly. But, yeah. Not often do I mean to do it. Sweet smiles and little lies. Just like other children his age, my son and heir, Kunimoto, sometimes lies and tests boundaries. However, he often avoids suspicion with his sweet demeanor, and people always forgive him when he does get caught. I wonder just how much he gets away with. He is charming. Alright. Arranged betrothal. You would like to marry my sister. Oh, sorry, you would like your son to marry my sister. Okay. So your house is not a member of any block. I think I might be okay with this. I don't think this is terrible. Yeah? I think this is fine. I'm not awfully worried about who my sister marries, so yeah. I'm happy to say yes to that. Okay. Forms us an alliance, but doesn't really matter too much. Okay. It's fine. New noble families, and a festival is being held. Also, wait a second. Hey, the earthquake stuff's gone. I mean, they still have really low control over here, I'm assuming. Oh no, control's back to normal. Wow. Okay. They still have some lower control outside the capital, but that's not too bad. Alright, I want to go to your festival. You don't provide any safety, I just realized. Yeah, in fact, because you're a drunkard, you actually lower safety. So when it says that you provide 0 safety... Oh no, it just caps out at 0. I see. So I would need to hire mercenary guards and a mountaineer. Yeah. But I can also go to a bunch of these places around here and get stuff from them if I wanted to. Or I can deliberately not go to these places and instead get bonuses later from upgrading our from our wanderer lifestyle. Oh no, although going to them might get you wanderer life. If I can get one that gives me wanderer lifestyle experience. That'd be good, although none of them do. Someone to get my wise man trait experience, which would be fine. Maybe I should just go to the ones that get me wise man trait experience. Or do I just go to them all? You know, I think I'm thinking it through too much. I think I just go to them all. Yeah, I think that's fine. I was kind of thinking that it would look better if you went around like this way. Yeah, that looks nicer. And then you would go in here. Cool. And then on the way there, we would go through this one. And I guess that means that after this one, I want you to go in. There we go. That looks pretty good. And I'm just going to mark that one in there. Yeah, I think this seems reasonable. Do I want to go here as well? Maybe, but actually it's a little bit out of my way. That's fine. Although I'm going to get there a month early. We could go here first. That's fine. Yeah, that means I get there... Well, it's still a month early, but like... Yeah, we still have plenty of time. That's okay. Right. Let's go. Guardian Angel. While passing through the forests of Iwami, my caravan master Suneko was about to step on a thin patch of ice over a frozen pond, but is urgently cautioned and held back by my fellow traveller, Jong Ham. Well, I'm fine with that just happening. Don't need to do anything about it. Gain some Wise Man trait experience. It'll take us a while before we get anything from Wise Man, or like get to the next level, but you know, we might as well gain experience while we can. Caught outside. Do we rest for 7 days? I think we do, because we've got time to spare. Also, do I have any Wise Man things in here? I do. Hold Mystical Communion. Yeah, I should do that every time I get a chance. Okay. Cool. Of travels to come. Journeying through Bizen, I pass by a peculiar-looking tent splayed open with yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, O mighty Kokushi. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading of your future travels for a modest price. The strange man has piqued my interest, or has piqued the interest of my entourage, but am I willing to pay for a reading? And say, tell me my future, I'm not interested, or seal the tent and have this witch burned. Apparently that's the one that's going to give me the most stuff. Let's do it. Our sadistic side coming out. Trail side bond. My personal physician is getting on well with this person. Okay. What's this? A reformed Ezo faith. Nimishi. Just wonder what part of the world that is. I think of the easiest way of doing it. I guess I could find you. Ah, from up there. Oh, okay. Cool. Anyway. That's fine. Yeah, they're getting along. I'm happy with that. We'll take the 5-day faster travel. Dreams Brewing. Passing by a small market square in Kongobu-ji, I see a woman handing out drinks to everyone passing by. Your Excellency, she says as she hands me a cup. The aroma of the Huangjiu immediately hits my nose, and I see the brew swirling slightly as I accept the drink. Like everyone else, I down it in one go, and it is astonishingly good. Is it acceptable, Your Excellency? She asked with a curious glint in her eyes and giving me an empathetic look as she continues. If only I had somewhere I could make more like it. So, I can get this barony title, which is our barony title, right? Or is the, oh no, this is our temple holding. I can get it, the brewing house building. What is the brewing house building? Probably this one. So a little tax. And it gives development growth to the county. Alright. That's not bad. You can become my court brewmaster, which make feasts slightly reduced in cost. Alright. And say thank you, that was great. No, that's fine. I'll pay 10 gold for a building. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's a pretty solid thing to get. And the building gives us benefits for like the one that we don't hold as well. Or sorry, this, even though we don't hold it, it still gives us benefits for like the whole county. So we're getting more development growth. Although our development growth currently has I was going to say quite a lot of negatives. Like we're currently not gaining very much, but it's because I don't have any flat development growth and it's got negative modifiers. So yeah, we need to find some way to increase that. You know what we could do? We could actually put this guy onto the job. I just realized he's probably not doing it. There we go. Now it's going up by 0.8. Now he does have a chance of slowing construction and losing opinion and control, but I think that's fine. I don't need 4% taxes. Dude, that's fine. Also, I just realized I got Kokushi experience because technically that was us building a building. Cool. Anyway, now we're at the festival. Let's see what the festival is like with some slightly different personality traits. We are adrift in the crowd. So, because I'm forgiving, I can't just get block cohesion for free here. I'll get stressed if I do it. Okay. Let's try and make... I'm going to try and join these two boldly and make them like us. It worked. Okay. This guy's been left ashore. Let's see if this is the same as last time. So this is all about Munimoto, who is part of the Saga block. Let's see. Like, yeah, this one again, it just has a random person. This guy's not related to this at all. Is he even here? Yeah, at least he's at the festival, but... Yeah. It is a little weird. So I could try and move our relations up from cordial toward... Oh, it says towards friendly. Oh, I think every time I've read this, I'm saying from cordial to friendly. But no, it's just towards... It's just moving it. We're already at cordial, it's moving it closer. That makes sense. Or I can just move, raise Sukawara block cohesion, which is what I'm going to do. Okay. A test of wit. Toshu Ariho has presented us with a riddle. Okay. So I can unravel the riddle. I can move our house relation to cordial with House Yuasa. Or at the start of a competition of wits, which has a very small chance to increase, well, it's 50% chance to increase block cohesion by a very small amount. I think I'm just going to do this. Let's just solve the riddle. We did. Wonderful. Childhood indulgences. I wonder if Lady Yasuko remembers the things I put her through while we were both young. Now that she's growing up, however, I need to leave these childish indulgences behind and focus on other things. Oh. Okay. Cool. See you around. Apparently we bullied her. Fox's wedding. This person's asked for a change of clothes. We can give him one and move towards friendly with this house. Not part of any block. Or I can try and move towards friendly with this guy who's part of the saga block. Let's just increase our house relations. That's fine. Parting ways. Do I want to become friends with you? You are about to die, like severely about to die. I'm gonna say no. That's fine. We don't need to be friends. Right. Now we're heading back. The martial contest. As we pass through the markets of Kofukuji, we hear a loud yell and stumble into an ongoing tussle between two men, tightly observed by a group of people. The crowd cheers profusely as one of them is swept off his feet, face planted solemnly in the dirt, thus concluding the match. Who's next? The man yells into the crowd, and his eyes land on our group. At my side, Captain Jong Ham snorts in response to the challenge. And say, I will do it. Well, I'm not very good at fighting compared to this guy. Jong Ham is also not that good at fighting compared to him. Or it's time to leave. It's time to leave. Okay. Visited some places. The Fanatic. Okay. So this guy is coming to us and he wishes to join us. Well, he is kind of good at diplomacy. We need somebody to do that. Yeah, you can join me. That's fine. Diminutive defenders. At the foot of a particularly imposing hill fort in Tajima, a group of children play at warriors, their laughter a counterpoint to the solemnity of the stone. One child, bold and bright-eyed, approaches with a wooden sword. Halt! No one may pass the fort of Okyuji and his thoughtful band. Oh wait, are you a Kokushi? So I can get famous visitor here, which gives us holding bonuses. We can try and get child scouts, which is not important at all. I can draw my weapon and scare the children off, gets us more dread, and loses us some stress. Not that we have any currently. And this gets some bonuses that don't matter. Or cherish your games, children. I'm going to scare them off and get the dread. Dread's currently sitting at 52, which is not bad. Fortified knowledge. We've had the option of this one before. It's the same thing that we had before. Sure, we could gain a commander trait, but we're not doing that many wars, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to say no. And that's okay. And we have arrived home. There's more new nobility. And now we can hold our mystical communion, getting 300 learning lifestyle experience, divine guidance, and trait experience in the wise man trait, which we have some in right now. Let's do it. A reputation. With my mystical practices, I've apparently developed quite a reputation. People don't know what it is I do exactly, but they know they don't want to cross me and find out. It's ridiculous, but perhaps it's not entirely a bad thing. Okay. So I can get Divine Protector for 5 years, giving us some bonuses, or I can get Dangerous to Know for 5 years, which increases our dread gain. Let's get Dangerous to Know. And we got a learning perk here. Well, anatomical studies is huge. Obviously, it makes your personal physician just better. Pedagogy is also interesting. If we want to educate our own children, it has benefits. I still don't know. I don't think that this character is going to be a very good educator still. Right? I think if I could get quicker intelligent into our main character, I would feel much better about it. But right now, I don't feel great about that. So I think I'm going to grab anatomical studies. Yeah. I think I'm still happy with that. Cool. Yeah, now we're just saving money again, basically. Grand tournament? I'm going to go to your grand tournament. What are you doing? You're doing a recital. Alright, well, I'll go to your recital. That's fine. It's something to do. Do I need the Mountaineer? Of course. Do I need the mercenary guards if I have a mountaineer? Not necessarily. I can save a little money by cheaping out on that. It is slightly dangerous to go through Watanabe, but I think I'll take it. Yeah. That's fine. Let's go. We're off to the grand tournament. Traveling troop. Entering the barony of Ida, I'm welcomed by a troop of entertainers. There are puppet shows, dancing, and song. My sister, Masako, seems to enjoy the music and is delightfully enthralled by one jester in particular. The man is an extraordinary performer, juggling several instruments in between playing them. So maybe I should spend some time with my sister, which I don't want to do because I'm sadistic, or a well-earned break for all of us. A well-deserved break for all of us. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. Betrothed can marry. We can marry this person. Alright. That's fine. Is there a way of... I was wondering if there's a way of making a wife the primary wife. Ah, there he is. Make primary spouse. Okay. I just wondered whether we would prefer certain stats. Like, her stats are better. Or maybe I marry a wife just purely for stats now. Let's see. Let's maybe turn this off. And let's search for... I don't know, some of all skills? Could go with someone like this. How about just stewardship? Her other skills are truly awful. Yeah, some of all skills. I think you're fine. I think we marry her and then make her the primary wife. Yeah. I think that works for me. And then we can end up with better stats. Send that one through. So we get married on the way to the grand wedding. Okay. And I'm now going to make primary spouse. Which will make our current primary spouse a little unhappy, but that's okay. We now get much better stats, right? I need to wait a second, I guess. Maybe. Let's see. There we go. Right, so it has switched her over. But yeah, look at the stats we're getting in assist ruler now. We're now actually getting like a pretty reasonable amount of stats across the board. And if I specifically want like stats, I can put her into one of these and get like actual good numbers. Makes our stat line look better as well. Cool. Right, what do I want to do? Tourney grounds? Guess we could go tourney grounds. Yeah, I want to qualify, so. Feathered entertainment. Ah, this is the one where one of the falcons wins a thing. We're going to do the option there that improves your score. Because qualifying for the tournament seems like the best thing that we could do. There we go. We can go to somewhere else. Let's go to... I don't know. Our goal is triumph, but we could try and recruit somebody at the tent camp. Boisterous revelry. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament, to the delight of the attendees. 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of spiced wine. Ah, what you get that for, you swine? One sputters drunkenly, limply throwing a shoe at his neighbor. Sadasui, I'm so sorry. The victim covers his face, deflecting the attack. Help me, Yoshimitsu. You're on your own there, Shigeharu, the last one exclaims, downing an entire mug in one big gulp. And say, mind if I join you? They're blind drunk, it should be trivial to wind them all up. Or disgusting. I'm going to wind them up. Didn't do anything for us, but that's fine. There was a 10% chance we got intrigue from it, and it lowered our stress. Not that we had stress, but it means that we didn't gain any. Ah, new noble family. I heard the event, I just wasn't sure what it would be. We can go to one more of these. Tourney ground's pretty good, usually. Let me just see what the other ones give you. Faith. Stress. I'm not going to buy an artifact, because I don't really have enough money. Let's go tourney grounds again. A new hire. Squires laugh and joke while they polish helms and mail. One of them snorts so hard it sounds like a pig, and the rest soon imitate them. Their bushi loiter nearby. Among these I spot Choi Eon Hui, Biak Bak Todo's counselor. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, that doesn't sound like it's the same, yeah, that sounded like it was Korean cultural naming. I'm assuming the same here. Yep, okay. His skills have been greatly praised and his name resonates as one of the possible victors. I could convince him to join my own council. Oh yeah, I have somebody else I can put my council now as well. So I can spend some gold, and that gets this guy into my court. It's not incredible. I can try and convince him to join my court. Say a more prestigious life awaits you, or do not wish to offend this guy, and it raises my score. I'm going to take the score raising. Yeah, that's fine. Also, I can replace my Beto with this guy, the fanatic. I can then put my half-brother into this one instead of my cousin. I know I probably shouldn't just be firing them. I should be swapping them when I can, but that's okay. Yeah, I think the rest of these are fine. Okay. Cool. This gives us a slightly better council. And we qualified, and we gain prestige for qualifying. Okay, and I get the Hasteluder trait as well. Okay, it's time to show the world my skill. Let's go speed 4 for this. Taking an opportunity. Another verse done, another smash hit with the crowd. I'm very much enjoying myself, and the noisy appreciation of the mob only lifts my spirits even higher. As I take in some applause after a particularly witty line, I can see one of my opponents, Tsunenaga, rehearsing his lines with something of a scowl on his face. A further burst of ovation confirms my suspicions. He is clearly less than happy with the reception I'm getting. Well then, perhaps that horned swine needs a line prepared especially for him. Okay. What's his house? He's not in any block. Okay. If Amaterasu herself were here, surely she would say, beating Tsunenaga, this is child's play. Or never mind. Yeah, I'll have a rival. That's okay. Right. A lame limerick. I let out a triumphant sigh as I complete the final verse of my recital. I ready myself for thundering applause of my audience, only to find the turning ground silent save for some wind whistling through the trees. This is a disaster, but perhaps the situation can be rectified with a new poem composed and recited on the fly. Let's do it. It didn't work. Alright. Now we get to choose whichever one of these has the highest percentage. I'm going to go for this one. It increased my score greatly, but I have no progress towards victory. So let's see. I don't believe I won. No. No, I did not win. Okay, in third place we have Tachibana Michisada. In second place we have Takooki Tsunenega. And in first place we have Yoshiharu. Alright. Cool. I gain Rhymer for qualifying, which I guess is fine. Oh well, there's always next time. Right. It's concluded and we get to go home. And I gained experience in wit at least. A little bit. We're getting there. Right. Cool. And now we're heading back. New wandering perk available. We're going to grab inspection. So we can now hold the inspection activity. Wonderful. Range betrothal. You would like your... So this person have House Nagamine, who is not part of any block, would like your son to marry my half-sister, Yoko. Alright. That seems fine. I'm not overly worried about it. I'm happy to just basically say yes in most situations. Right. And we've arrived back in some horse trait experience. And that's fine. Right. Cool. And now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.